Hundreds on me stuff, I'ma run it up. She gon' give it up. I'm like, what is love? Remember I was broke, ain't nobody give a fuck. Hater understand, now they love us cause we up. Hundreds on me stuff.
Okay, welcome back to another video. So again, I'm not doing a reaction video today. Today I wanted to talk about a topic that's come up recently with the new track that I actually reacted to, which was, I don't know, with tion, duppy and Stormzy. I didn't clock this at all when I was listening to it, and then I went back and looked through the lyrics and thought, maybe that has some relation to this whole situation. And that situation is the possibility that Chip and Stormzy are very subtly sending for each other. And yeah, I heard people talk about this a while ago when Ways came out, because some of the lyrics in that could be interpreted to be about Stormzy, and then this track, some of the lyrics could definitely be interpreted to be about Chip. And yeah, basically I thought I want to talk about this. I want to get people's opinions in the comments, whether you think this is people just being really bored in lockdown and making up rumours because they want a diss track war to happen, or whether there is actually, you know, life to this and this could be an actual thing. So let me know in the comments what you think about this whole situation. Yeah, firstly, I'm just going to go through the lyrics. So on Ways, Chip said, what was it? You ain't even done 10 years in this ting, round here we don't hear you're a king, man will piss on your forehead, take your throne. So he was, yeah, there was something about that verse that felt very attacking, and it sounded like it was about a specific person. It wasn't about, like, you know, how rappers will just, they'll send, but not to anyone. It's just like dissing people in general, or dissing like everyone. It's like that kind of thing, but that did sound, to me, I just got a vibe that that was an attack on a specific person. So then I began to think who calls himself a king, and the only two people I could think were Skepta and Stormzy. And Skepta was on the track, and he's clearly not sending it at Skepta because he said you haven't done 10 years in this thing, and Skepta clearly has. Stormzy, I don't know how long he's been around, but I don't think it's been 10 years. I'm not sure how far Stormzy goes back, but I can imagine he came out in like 2013, 14. I'm pretty sure he got like big in 2015. But yeah, so he hasn't done 10 years. And yeah, so that got me thinking. And then I listened to Halfcast, which is where I've been getting lots of my information on this. And, you know, they've been talking me through this. And they were talking about it as well, saying it sounds like Stormzy. It sounds like it could be Stormzy. Yeah. And then that kind of went silent for a bit. Stormzy, I don't know if the Wiley stuff was after that or before that. I think it was before that. Stormzy then went off all social media for a while. And then he came back on this track, I don't know, with tion and duppy. And let me get the lyrics up because I can't remember the lyrics from this. This is Stormzy's verse. Is he sending for me? I don't know, I don't know. And that for me, that was like, oh, okay, well, he's talking about a specific person here, it sounds like, as well. And I think they said this on Halfcast as well. Chip kind of has a trend of doing this, where he will do very subtle, small digs at someone, get them to send back, and then say, whoa, I wasn't sending for you. And that's what Chucky said. He said he did that with the Tiny situation and the Yungen situation. And I don't know about that because I wasn't like around I wasn't in that whole area when that was happening. But I'm just trusting Chucky on that. Apparently Chip has a thing for doing that, doing little sly digs, and then, you know, the person sends back and he says, you started it, not me. So I was wondering if that could be what's going on here. And then when Stormzy said, is he sending for me, I don't know, that kind of makes me think of that, because it's like, well, you can't really tell if Chip is sending for Stormzy. Chip's done it very subtly, and it's like there's no names mentioned in any of this, so that's why it's so ambiguous whether they actually are sending for each other or whether it's just a big coincidence and people are linking, you know, putting two and two together and getting five. But yeah, and then he goes, what then, boy, their sell first week, I don't know. And Chip, Skepta and Young recently put out an album, and he just mentioned an album later. He said, how about you, bro, I really sell albums. And it was like, oh god, my camera's gone really dark. No, that's too bright. What's going on? Okay, I'll just leave it like that. And then, yeah, so that made me think of Chip's album, because, you know, he put out an album. I don't know how well it did. I imagine that probably actually did pretty well, because it was an amazing album. But possibly he's talking about that, and I'm just thinking, could that be a Chip, or are we just clutching at straws because people want this to happen? And yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that kind of makes me think of Chip when he's saying, is he sending for me? I don't know, because Chip does that, apparently, according to Chucky. All my sources are from Chucky, half-cast, but apparently Chip has a trend of doing this where he will, subtly send for someone, and that sounds like what's going on here. But, let me know if you think this is an actual thing that's going on, or whether this is just complete nonsense that people have put, like, 2 lyrics together and thought, yeah, this could fit here, and then clearly Chip and Stormzy are beefing. One thing I would like to say is, as much as I almost wouldn't want it to happen, because I love Chip and Stormzy, I wouldn't want them to be beefing because I'd have to pick a side. I probably wouldn't pick a side in that situation. I don't know who I'd support, but think of the diss tracks that would come out of that. Like, first of all, I want to hear Chip back on diss tracks, because who doesn't? Chip is the god of disses. But Stormzy proved he has got a lot in himself for diss tracks in the Wiley stuff. Imagine Chip and Stormzy sending for each other. That would be incredible, and that could be a whole new situation. Like the Chip, Bugzy, Yungen, Tiny. That whole situation is one of the most iconic, like, diss wars and beefs in UK music history, and this could be another one. Imagine Chip and Stormzy sending for each other, and I'd imagine some other people would probably get involved and it would turn into a bigger thing. But yeah, it wouldn't be great to see them beefing, because, I want to see my favourite artists get along, because Chip and Stormzy on tracks in the future would be a great thing, but I would still love to see a diss war between them, because it would be amazing. So let me know whether you think this has actually got any legs, and if this is, at all truth, or if it's just completely made up. I will be keeping, tabs on Chip and Stormzy, as I do anyway, and if any of them drop any tunes, then I will be straight on that reacting. So subscribe if you want to see that, and turn notifications on so you don't miss my reactions to that and other things. I do general US and UK based music reactions. Like if you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video.